Hello there, Gemini, and welcome to your timeless oracle messages and to Secret Shaman Oracles. But before we get into your timeless oracle messages, I have a channel message from Spirit to you at this moment. Gemini, Spirit is gently asking you to listen beneath the noise. What you need won't come from figuring it out. It will come from letting it land. Let your inner knowing rise without having to explain itself. You are guided here for a reason. May these messages meet your soul like a quiet light through the trees. And let's find out, Gemini, what Spirit wants you to know, starting with the most important to the least when it comes to your timeless oracle messages. And this is for Gemini and Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Wow. So, Gemini, don't look back. Don't regret. Someone chose something here, or they did something that offered them a downgrade as a consequence that they have to accept. There's no other choice. And so for some of you, not all of you, if you're having a hard time having peace with that, surrendering to peace, knowing that you will, something is formulating between you and your higher self and spirit that will give you a peace of mind that you have done the right thing when it comes to taking the higher road in the situation, not lowering your standards or compromising something that you feel is sacred. So their downgrade is absolutely their own karma. Yours is peace. So we're saying goodbye to a situation that may have been absolutely hard for some of you to accept. But then again, something is going to give you a peace of mind. And now I can see what it is. Wow. Spirit is saying, don't underestimate yourself at this time and what and who you're becoming. It may feel like a slow, steady pace. Maybe it's like slow at a slow snail pace, but you're making progress. Spirit wants you to know there's blessings here when it comes to standing out, feeling good about your own independence, what you've been creating, and what else you might be embarking on. But don't worry, because right now, Spirit is saying, surrender to the stillness. You know, what was that channel message from Spirit again? What you need won't come from figuring it out. It will come from letting it land beneath the noise. And here you are in the Nine of Pentacles, surrendering to solitude that is beneficial for you. So it's not that we're lonely. You're just spending quality time in a place that you deserve to have peace, tranquility, especially when it comes to stabilizing yourself or being shown how to stabilize yourself, counting on yourself right now. You know, when it comes to independence here. So know your worth. I mean, really, their downgrade is their karma, because this person here, which is representing you, is someone that is high quality, someone who is deserving of great things, someone who is building their dreams, slow and steady, but they are. So the Nine of Pentacles, this is a single person. So just take that how it resonates. It may not for all of you, but in general, this is claiming your power and your independence, knowing that you are being taken care of, especially when it comes to, you know, either stabilizing or, you know, restructuring some type of security net for yourself, something to stabilize yourself in. I don't know if I mentioned earth sign is coming through. So let's continue and see what else Spirit wants you to know. Oh, reality is bending. The merge begins. Something is happening for you, not at you. So whatever has happened, just know that you don't have to force your reality to show up the way that you want to. It's already bending. So the circumstances are formulating for you. So with those earth energies, we do need to allow time, patience. We may need to stay resilient, against things that make you feel that you're settling, because you are high value here, Gemini. Whether you're male or female, you are high value. So there's a merging of a new reality. Remember, something happened here where there's no choice but to create from something that has already closed. And you're going to have so much to be grateful for, because there's something here where, you know, if you stuck with it, it could have really dragged you down. Maybe even physically, where it could really cause some type of stress or physical illness. But anyhow, Spirit is letting you know that you're in the in-between right now. Let's continue and see what else. Ooh, I love this. You are being given strength and spiritual resilience. Forged in spirit, you're a warrior of light. So Gemini, Spirit sees you as a true spiritual warrior. Because yes, you have gone through the fire many times, not just once. And so Spirit is letting you know that there's something important and sacred that's happening here when it comes to your own abundance. Something you are accumulating and have accumulated. Spirit wants you to appreciate this, because there's something about you feeling appreciated, right? For what you can offer. But in the meantime, be willing to be in the state of observation here. Spirit wants you to observe how reality is bending in your favor, so that this makes so much more sense to you. Let's continue and see what else Spirit wants you to know. You're being called beyond the usual. Create anew. So there's something here where Spirit is gifting you a surge of energy. So whether it's happened recently or it will, where you may get inspired ideas, a creative juice. Don't block it. Allow it to breathe. Allow it to sit with you without having to, figure it out too much. Just allow something to appear for you, and it will appear, in the unseen. So, in your mind's eye, one of those aha moments, or Gemini, you may see something that sparks a new interest, something to create with. So that's what you want to ride with, okay? Because there's something new that's being born within this whole situation here. And what I see too is like a sense of resurrection, right? Maybe something may have felt like, it was like a death, but really it is a rebirth. Let's continue and see what else Spirit wants you to know. You're also not alone on this sacred process here. I just said that you're not alone. And so angels are really wanting you to ask for their aid. Invite the angels to quiet your mind and protect your peace. See, we don't want to compromise peace. It is so important, because you're learning, or you're in the midst of learning your own extremities. So you might be in this place where it feels like you've been ruminating on something or someone. But the angels want you to know that they are standing by to help you alleviate too much overthinking. What else? Okay, whatever you're doing, it is really working in your favor, and it's working in your life. Continue growing, continue learning. Because I do see that we're making some type of great progress. And by the way, the Nine of Pentacles is a very good omen to get, because this is signifying great abundance in all forms. And there may be something here too where you are meant to stand out on your own for a reason. So I get this thing that possibly Gemini, this situation, if you would have stuck with it, it would have stifled your growth. Just know that you are gaining more momentum and growth by doing something on your own for now. So study more, grow your gift. It's worth the investment because you're worth the investment. Are butterflies speaking to you? Because there may be something here with, not only being out in nature, but maybe there's a place that you have at your home, or maybe a park where, you can commune with, nature spirits here. Because I feel that you're going to realize that you are attracting things. You're not having to chase, you're attracting it. Let's continue and see what else. Yes, baby. You know what? I was secretly hoping that this card would come out with that because it's just, it's aligned. It's so aligned here. No wonder. Their downgrade is their karma. Your high quality, quality. Let them go. Better is on its way. You got to trust this. This isn't to, be from an ego place. This is because you are learning, or you have learned how to release and not to hold on to things. And it's helping you become very powerful here. So if you've been questioning whether or not they're worthy of you on something or someone you've already dealt with that you already know is a problem, don't question it. You've done the right thing here. What else? You're creating like a whole new chapter, an unexpected chapter. Oh, this is important too. I also sense air sign coming through. Now I know you're air sign, but some don't want the light. Don't drag them. I mean, you're on your own journey here where spirit wants you to feel peaceful, to surrender to the flow. Things are going to get easier. You don't need to feel like they're going to sink your boat because you've got things that, even though it's really beneficial for them, it's taxing on your energy, and spirit doesn't want you to feel burdened by them. Spirit will take care of them. You take care of where you're going by staying and remaining peaceful. What else? The pain of change lives and are resistant to it. So just try to see where you may, right now or in the future, try to hang on to something that we know we have to just give into it, right? Even though we may not want the change, it's never easy. Even things, even good change is never easy either. It's all taxing. It's all, emotional at times. But don't resist whatever has already changed. Be at peace here. Surrender. See, peace really is your spiritual protection and your weapon at this time. Your light is your weapon. What else? Ooh, yes, you are right in your power. Wow, Queen of Swords. This is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So here you are showing up in your own reading. Now, you may have dealt with, or you could deal with someone that is very quick, someone who's highly intelligent. In fact, I would say this person knows how to problem solve like they were born to do it. Okay. So don't underestimate yourself here either. Your ability to catch on to things, your ability to release what doesn't serve you. See, you're in this place and position of authority here. You are creating your own justice in a sense by not choosing to be at their level here. So Queen of Swords, is removing the obstacles, staying focused, study, and grow your gift. Because Spirit is saying you're achieving, or you have achieved, or you will sustain this position where you just own it. You've grown into this yourself. I mean, look at the butterflies. I feel there's something strong about butterflies. See, butterflies, that's transformation. Butterflies here. Okay, so I also would say this is someone, if it's not you, that may demand some honesty. Okay, we're not going to beat around the bush. I mean, this is something that's very direct. Okay, so just know that Spirit is gifting you the ability to be above a situation, to clear the air if need to. Let's get a little bit more with the Queen of Swords. What's important for Gemini to know about this Queen of Swords? Now we've got, see, this is something about staying on guard. Protect your mind. Don't listen to everyone if you don't want to, okay? Yes, there's something distinct going on with you, and either you're standing out now or you will. Spirit wants you to know also there may be, wow, there is a maternal energy coming through on the other side, making their presence known to you. They're protecting you. But you do need to block out the noise. Remember, Spirit says it, you know, something about the noise, Gemini. Let me see what it was. Yeah, Gemini, Spirit is gently asking you to listen beneath the noise at the beginning of that channel message. Also, you know, let your inner knowing rise without having to explain itself. This is you rising without having to explain yourself. This is Seven of Wands. We don't have to explain ourselves. You may not understand it yourself, but you don't have to explain anything. There's something about not giving into excuses either. Okay, let's see. Now, Spirit also wants you to, you know, stand your ground too when it comes to enforcing your boundaries. You may need to block out some people here. I just feel that so strong. We got fire signs showing up with the Seven of Wands. So just take the zodiac signs how you like to. Don't worry if you don't care. Oh, good. Temperance is showing up. Yeah, so I was just talking to you about, you know, coming to this place where you're understanding your own extremities more and more and having mastery over this. But also, if you're talking about this whole reality is bending, this is the merging. This is where we're taking components. This is your angel taking components, your experiences and divine guidance and divine materials and creating something just for you. This isn't about, you know, having to figure it all out either. This is about being in this place, knowing that you're allowed to rise and be comfortable right where you're at. So where you're at right now helps the blending of this new reality. Also with the temperance, you know, there may be something here too where Spirit is asking you to maintain some type of vigilance here. Like I feel there's something about not making something negotiable. Like know what you're willing to negotiate and what you're not willing to negotiate. Now, for those Geminis, because this is not going to be for all of you, but I do see for a lot of you Geminis that are out there, maybe there's some dealings with the law or legal matters or something like that. You know, you might find a win-win solution here where it's not just favorable on one side, but favorable for both sides. But we have to remain in this place of poised confidence. This is the magic that you've tapped into. This is where the divine meets you in the tapestry of life, where you have guidance, where you have strength. and it comes from the unseen. Sagittarius is showing up with the Temperance here. Let's see what else Spirit wants you to know, Gemini. And I don't know if I mentioned this, but the way that these messages are coming out is coming out from the most important to the least. And then we're going to get some bonus questions towards the end. Ooh, we got divine intervention at play. Wow. Okay. So the Tower. Whoa. We got a lot going on here. Let me get a little bit more. Let's see what was behind this Tower. This was before. This is going to be after. All right. Before and after. This is the Tower. Okay. Something or someone that may have been too risky for you. There was some type of divine intervention at play. Something just did not go the way it needed to. But the reality of it is that Spirit had to shake something up here in order to free you. And it starts with freeing your soul here. Look, we've got the Death card. Oh my goodness. And we even have the coffin right there. Their downgrade. Yeah, something shook up, broke up. Their downgrade is their karma. Let it be. Yours is peace. I mean, look at the Fool's card here. Look at how peaceful this person is. That's you. That's you now, or it's going to be you soon, because you figured something out. You figured out that this was actually for you, not at you. We have Scorpio coming through. We have Aries coming through. Let's get a little bit more too about this Tower. Just a little bit more. Let's get a little bit more about this Tower. This is like divine chaos. Yeah, it's helping you. It's actually helping you follow your heart and your dreams in a situation without having it all make sense right away. Because with the Knight of Cups, we're really listening to our dreams, our heart, our intuition, our creative passions. And also there may be something here where something had to break up or break down so that it could lead you to true love or true fulfillment. Or for some of you that may already be involved, something happened here to really bring change to a current relationship. But that's only going to resonate if you are currently with someone, okay? Like they're right there, okay? Anyhow, we got water. Oh yeah, I already said that. So let's continue and see what else Spirit wants you to know, Gemini. Okay, avoid trying to get too much information. In fact, Seven of Wands is saying you need to block out the noise, whether it's from media, whether it's from others, family members, friends. It can really stall your path. In fact, this might be something you just have to be aware of from now and into the future, the near future, because there is a sense of trying to be blocked here. You know, someone may be trying to come between you and a dream, a vision, a goal, or a person. And so your secret weapon isn't to act. It's to stay at peace. It's to allow it to go through one ear, out the other. Don't feel that you have to digest too much, okay? This is you understanding your power, and trusting your own decision making and your own sense of judgment. Some of you, just take it if it resonates, because I know it's not going to resonate for a lot of you, but there may be a sense where I don't know if I want to use the word bully, or, I mean, maybe you're feeling like the underdog in a situation, right? And so there's something about you being unstoppable. Just because we have to bend and yield to a more compassionate part of ourself doesn't make you weak. It's making you stronger. I mean, I see you, whether you're male or female, strengthening your own high priestess energy, where silence is power. What else? Because the high priestess knows through silence, the divine is weaving a web of some type of new dream, goals, ideas to catch, because you're already in the divine tapestry here. This is why we have the Tower here. What doesn't belong in the tapestry doesn't belong. Yeah, too much input stalls your path. This is Seven of Cups. I mean, look, we're feeling stalled because we might be overwhelmed. We may also be in a place, just take it if it resonates, where, I was talking about extremities here. It's coming out a few times. So we may need to watch out with overdoing it in your money, in your passions, even your diet. I mean, whatever is going on here. So just take it if it resonates. But the Seven of Cups, we're stalling here. So let's get more about the Seven of Cups. What's important for Gemini to know about the Seven of Cups? We have water sign coming through. Yeah, just put an end to it. Don't feel like you have to make a choice right now. Just breathe, really. Just sit still here. Yes, there may have been something that you've pinpointed out. It may have caused, confusion or an abundance of choices, and maybe we're feeling too overwhelmed by that. So Spirit is saying, just let it be. Just let it be. You'll figure it out. You'll know when to act. You'll know the right choice to make. But in the meantime, don't allow something here. Okay, this is coming out twice, actually, or 3 times. Got that coffin there. We've got the death card, and we've got another card of endings, a death card here too. So we might be in this place where we're just, we could be in this place too, where Spirit is asking you to just be wary of, emotionally charged situations that could cloud judgment. Okay. But if you've been kind of in the midst of trying to figure something out, don't worry. The right one will pop up for you. You'll know exactly which dream or fulfillment to take and to go with. You may need to rest here, though. It's like put something to rest if you need. We have air sign coming through with the 10 of Swords. 6 of Pentacles. Give your time and your energy to those things that matter. And in fact, Spirit is letting you know, just hang on a little bit here. Things are going to get back to a place where we feel a little bit more even in life, right? We're just talking about balance. We're talking about extremities here. You might also be pinpointing something out, or you have, where maybe you felt breadcrumbed in a situation, right? We didn't feel appreciated. We didn't feel valued. You see the scales there? This is karma. Your karma is peace. Look at that. You're at peace. There may even be a situation for some of you guys where this person, they've stripped themselves of spiritual growth, which causes them to be behind in spiritual abundance. Okay. So it's like, you've just got to allow that soul to learn on their own. But with the 6 of Pentacles, Spirit is letting you know that you'll figure it out. There's something that's going to appear where you're going to want to spend your time and your energy, your investments. Let's get a little bit more about the 6 of Pentacles. It's a very favorable card here. Let's get more about this. There may be a new alliance forming for you too. Yeah, this is some type of alliance and a place where you figured this out. You found your flow, okay? So Spirit is asking you to just be open to receiving. Spirit is exposing a new situation for you, a new life, a new partnership. And it's going to bring you a lot of happiness. And it's not just about you being happy. It's like you're blessing others too. So the sun is coming out, which I love. We need that sun, especially when we've gone through such you know, maybe a terrible event here or something that was just, you know, it really uprooted something where we felt or thought was safe, maybe. Okay, I love that you got that sun card here because there may be, it's like you might even get the right exposure for some of you where maybe you need to, maybe you're asking for more exposure in a place that you find is a great cause for you. What else? Spirit is setting you up for great abundance. You're embracing your inner majesty. You're taking control without being aggressive. You're doing things when it comes to strengthening yourself on the inside. So we may need to be in charge of not overreacting. We may need to be in charge of, you know, maybe keeping things to yourself for the time being, okay? But with the strength card, I am getting this situation where if something or someone is becoming too much of an obstacle, they're going to be dealt with. And Spirit wants you to know that you have been given the right to demand what it is that you need and what you want. Leo is coming through too, actually, with the sun and the strength card. So let's get a little bit more about this because I'm getting this more about resisting something, but also preparation here. I definitely see leader quality. So let's get more with the strength card. It's not, yeah, there's something about you being in this place of courage, right? Especially because it does take a lot of strength to get out of something that was once known and comfortable. But yet our soul is asking us to expand. And so that's exactly what's happening. Your soul is expanding before the mind can catch up to what the hell is going on. But Spirit wants you to be brave when it comes to planning for your future, but you don't have to go too far out into the future. Just know too that there's something formulating too when it comes to some type of a divine plan, maybe a strategic plan when it comes to your finances, but also a good partnership for you that you can rely on that helps give you strength. And that is exactly what Spirit wants you to know, that you know you have spiritual support wherever you go. This isn't weakening you. This is creating something stronger and more resilient that Spirit is setting you up for, because there's something greater that's happening here that, you know, we don't have all the answers to. Only Spirit does. What else for Gemini? Be willing to revise plans if you need to. We got the Eight of Pentacles. Study more. Grow your gift. You're in this place of mastering something. We're also in a place where we are creating masterful pieces. So this is you. You're making your life a work of art. And yes, there may be something strong going on with your work, your career or business, but we're staying focused. We're staying dedicated. Too much input stalls your path. Notice this person is working by themselves. They know exactly what they need to do. So be meticulous, be patient. Don't feel, just take this if it resonates. Don't feel that you have to, you know, get everyone's opinion on every little thing. Okay, so just take that if it resonates. It won't for all of you. But the Eight of Pentacles is signifying we're completing something that is important to complete. Oh, and it's just so beautiful here because it's leading you to a legacy. In fact, you might be creating a legacy right now, a living legacy. Ten of Pentacles is definitely a legacy. And you got the Six of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles here. See how it's like an even number, 6, 8, 10? It's like you get to skip a couple of levels here because, you know, you are studying and you're growing. So that means that at times we get to kind of take a shortcut, but really it's not. It's just because you've already done that. You've been there, you've done that, and you don't need to do it again. But what you do need to do is focus and concentrate on what's working. Don't worry about what's not working. Whatever is not working, either it needs to be dissolved to give you room and space to create more, or something else will come in that will work. But we are headed towards or creating some type of legacy, some type of tradition, or worthy investments for the long term. What else? Didn't I tell you to embrace that inner majesty? Ooh, oh, yes, you've been tried by fire, but you've been refined. So Spirit is reminding you that first and foremost, you're born of Spirit. Forged by fire, you endure. You are a spiritual warrior. You're one that's been chosen to lead. And Spirit made you incredibly spiritually strong for a reason. You're going to be waking up to a whole new life. And it's not going to be like one day you just wake up. I mean, maybe for some, you just wake up and you just have like, you know, a total shift in perception. But it may just be gradual, okay? And most likely it's just going to be gradual. Try to find the place where you can be least resistant. What else? Ask the angels to help you with the ruminating thoughts. There's nothing that we can do anyways, Gemini, about going back into the past. You know, it was what it was. We're here right now. And the thing is, and what's so beautiful that is that no matter where we might feel that we've made a mistake or question our life, Spirit's always willing to work with you right where you're at all the time. Whatever you've had to endure, Spirit endured it with you. But these nights, these lonely, feared nights or fearful nights are coming to an end. Or stress. Let's get more about the Nine of Swords, please. Let's see what's behind that. Archangel Michael is coming through. Now, pay attention to your dreams. Something is happening here where you're being asked to focus elsewhere. The change is going to happen, though, Gemini. You're going to receive, most likely, direct communication, either from heaven or from someone, or you get some type of great clarity where you are moving with confidence. And by the way, you're showing up in your own reading here. Now, there may be something that we could be hung up about, whether it was oneself or someone, where maybe we acted out too quickly. Okay, but I would say with the Strength card, the Knight of Swords, there may be a temptation, Gemini, to respond or act in a hasty way. And I would say just be wary of that. You want to remain poised here. We don't want to do anything too quickly unless you have all the evidence and the information to, you know, be sound about it. Spirit doesn't want you to get hung up on some type of change. And for a lot of you, I feel that you invoked this change because you saw something here and you might be questioning it, but the truth is going to be revealed. You're going to look back and not regret. Your karma is going to be peace here. What else? And Archangel Michael knows that you've been having to deal with a silent battle. Yeah, take time to rest. Be still. Your prayers are being heard. You're receiving divine healing as well when you give into stillness, quietude. Relax. Spirit wants you to wait for the perfect timing, and you'll know when it's the perfect timing because you'll act without even having to think about it. But in the meantime, we may need to temper and tame the impulsiveness that may arise because we might get impatient or we may get really bothered by another. And Archangel Michael, I see, is flying in here with his white horse, making you very aware of situations or people that are negative for you at this time. And so don't be scared of that either. There may be something powerful where, you know, your words speak some type of truth here. Don't get too hung up on something here about some type of communication. What else? Nope, that is actually it. Okay, so let's find out, what is Spirit clearing in your life, Gemini, that you need to be aware of? What is Spirit clearing in your life? I mean, we see it with the Tower. Emotions blur the path. Anchor in reason. Okay. Spirit is clearing away the overwhelming things that are surfacing up that maybe others don't see. And isn't it interesting too, because I felt like, oh yeah, look at that. We even have this thing where some don't want the light, don't drag them. And so when you feel bad, right? Because maybe you feel like, you know something, or you want to help them. But the thing is when you feel bad, that's an anchor on your energy. And it keeps you in this place of stalling. So set sail. Spirit is helping you release the emotions that are anchoring you in a place where you don't want to be held. Instead, we're going to be anchored in reason, in truth, in clarity, just like the Queen of Swords. And when it's time to cut that anchor away and sail off, that's when you'll know. And you'll do it all on your own. Now, before we end the reading, let's find out, what is the blessing that Spirit is preparing for you to receive, Gemini? You like that? What is the blessing that Spirit is preparing Gemini to receive? Oh, Spirit is helping you realize something here. Okay. Spirit is helping you see that there's already a blessing. Okay, so look again. It's a hidden blessing. Oh my goodness, something. See, I told you. You're going to be receiving something that's going to give you peace of mind, where you're not hung up about it, thinking, my goodness, did I do the right thing? Was it right? Blah, 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 blah. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. So Spirit is helping you gain peace. And when you gain peace, you can't put a price tag on that, Gemini. You just can't. Now, I hope this was helpful for you. Love and light. Take care.